Welcome to Live Daf, your online Daf Yomi Shir.
Shalom Aleichem, welcome back to today's Daf Yomi, which is the last and final Daf of Maseches Rosh HaShanna. It is Rosh HaShanna Lamed Hey. We begin on Lamed Daled Amud Beis. Actually, we're holding at the sixth wide line, beginning with the two dots. Mishnah spoke about the brachos, the tefillos of Rosh Hashanah. The question was whether one can be yotze by just listening to the shliach tzibur, or is there a chiyuv and comment on each individual in the shul to daven. We have machlekes. Rabbi Gamliel says shliach tzibur can be moitzi, everybody there. Whereas the Chachamim say, no, keshem sheshliach tzibur chayiv, just as the shliach tzibur is meant to go through all the brachos, to recite the entire Shmoyne Esrei. Kach, kol yochad v'yochad chayiv, every individual has a chayiv to daven personally as well. Tanya, we learned to the Bryce. Amru loy l'Rabban Gamliel. The Chachamim turned to Rabban Gamliel and they say, Lidvarecha, according to you, that the shliach tzibur is moitzi everybody. If so, lama tzibur mispalulin. Why then does the tzibur daven before the shliach tzibur davens his loud Shemon Esrei? Everybody does the quiet Shemon Esrei. What's the point? Let them just be yotze by listening to the shliach tzibur. Amalahem. Rabbi Gamliel responds, you know why? Kedei lahastir shliach tzibur tfilasei, to give the shliach tzibur the opportunity to rehearse, to familiarize himself with the words of Shmoyne Esrei. While everybody is davening, he davens along, he practices for the real Shmoyne Esrei, which is the one that he's going to say out loud afterwards. Amar lahem Rabbi Gamliel. Now it was Rabbi Gamliel's turn. He turns to the Chachamim and he says, let me ask you, according to your shita, that everybody has to daven personally. If so, lama shliach tzibur yored lifnei teva. Why at all is there a shliach tzibur davening in front of the teva? What's the point? Everybody has to daven on his own. Amr loy, the Chachamim respond, typically, we don't need a shliach tzibur, but it was kedei lahoitzi es she'enei baki, to be mighty somebody who's not proficient, doesn't know how to daven on his own. That's the point. That's the role of the shliach tzibur, to be mighty him. But if you have a choice, you have the alternative to daven on your own, you must do so. They hold that tefillah is rachmi, it's t'mayir rachmanis. It's meant to be personal, your personal expression of closeness to Hashem. You're not meant to be yotze by listening to the shliach tzibur if you have a choice. Amar lahem, Rabbi Gamliel responds, Kishem shemoitzi she'eni baki. Well, just as you agree to me that a shliach tzibur can be moitzi and eini baki, a non-expert, so apparently you're treating the brachos of Shemona Esrei like any other brachos. Kach moitzi is a baki likewise. If one chooses to be yotze with the shliach tzibur, even if he has the ability to daven on his own, he is a baki, he can still be yotze. So, who does the halacha follow? Amar Rabba bar Chana, Amar Rabbi Yochanan. He's quoting Rabbi Yochanan as follows: Moedim Chachamim leRabbi Gamliel. Chachamim accepted Rabbi Gamliel's argument and they reverted to his shita. They were moeded to him. They agreed that a shliach tzibur can be moeded to everybody with that Shemona Esrei. Although originally there was machlekes, but afterwards they were chayzeh, they were moeded to his shita. So going forward, there's no longer a machlekes. All agree shliach tzibur can be moeded to even a baki. V'Rav Amar, Rav disagrees. Adayni machlekes. Even nowadays there is a machlekes between Rabbi Gamliel, who says a shliach tzibur can do it, whereas the Chacham say every yachid has his own personal chiyuv. Shama, Reb Chia braid the Rabbi bar Nachmani. So Reb Chia heard this halacha in the name of Yochanan that Chacham are now moeded to Rabbi Gamliel, and a shot could be moeded everybody. Also, he went Amra l'shmata. He went over and said over this halacha kamed Rav Dimi in front of Rav Dimi bar Chinana. Amar lei. So Rav Dimi, when he heard that Rabbi Yochanan maintains that even the Chacham now agree to Rabbi Gamliel, he responds and he says, Hachim Rav, there's an opposing view as far as the sheet is. Hachim Rav maintains that Adayni machlekes. Even nowadays, there's a machlekes. Chacham held their ground; they held firm No, even a yachid has to do his tefillah. So Rabbi Yochanan said, Chacham agreed to Rabbi Gamliel that a shots could be mitzi. Rav says, no, adayni machlekes. Machlekes still stands. Amalei. So Rav Chia, Brei the Rabbi Rachmeni, who presented this quote from Rabbi Yochanan to Rav Dimi, to which Rav Dimi responded by saying, well, Rav disagrees with Rabbi Yochanan. He holds that there's still machlekes. So he responded to me, he says, Amalei, Rabbi Bar Chana nam yachid ka'amar. The truth is that Rabbi Bar Chana, who was quoting Rabbi Yochanan, he was the one that started the whole discussion, he also agrees that there's an opposing view. There's somebody that disagrees with Rabbi Yochanan as per the Shitas here. He also, that Kika Amar Rabbi Yochanan Hashmata, when Rabbi Yochanan presented this halacha, that what? That Chachamim ended up being moided to Rabbi Gamliel, if Ligalei Rish Lakish. Rish Lakish, who was the Bar Plukta of Rabbi Yochanan, disagreed with Rabbi Yochanan. And in fact, he said, Va'amar Adayni Machlekes. There's still Machlekes raging regarding this halacha. Rabbi Gamliel maintains the Shliach Tzibur can be mitzi everybody, but not the Chachamim. They hold that a Yachid v'Yachid is Chayev. So we have a Machlekes between Rabbi Gamliel and the Chachamim, and now we have a Machlekes whether the Chacham were mitzi to Rabbi Gamliel or not. According to Rabbi Yochanan, Chacham were now mitzi to Rabbi Yochanan, to Rabbi Gamliel, that a Shliach Tzibur can be mitzi everybody, whereas Rish Lakish maintains no. The Machlekes still stands. Chachamim maintain Kol Yachid v'Yachid Chayev. Is that so? The Rabbi Yochanan maintains that going forward the Chacham agreed Rabbi Gamliel that a Shliach Tzibur can be mitzi everybody. Rabbi Chana Tzipora from the town of Tzipori. Rabbi Yochanan, he quotes Rabbi Yochanan as follows: Hilchas Rabbi Gamliel. In this machlekes, the halacha follows Rabbi Gamliel. And when we say halacha like Rabbi Gamliel, Hilchas Amikal Pligi, apparently there's a machlekes going here. Otherwise, why do you have to paskin like one shita? It's pretty clear that there's a machlekes in this shaila. Rabbi Gamliel says Shliach Tzibur is moitzi. Chacham disagree. And who's the one speaking? Rabbi Yochanan. So it's pretty clear that Rabbi Yochanan maintains that there is still an ongoing machlekes in this halacha. How does this work with the previous Rabbi Yochanan, who seemed to have said that there's no longer machlekes? Kisah like Rabbi Abba. Rabbi Abba came out Miyami from the sea. Rashi says he was traveling at sea, and he returned from his travel. Pirsha, he had a pshat, an answer to this kasha. Moidim chachamim l'Rabbi Gamliel bebrachos shel Rosh HaShanna v'shel Yom Kippurim. There are different types of tefillas. There's Rosh HaShanna Yom Kippur, long, complicated tefillas. We have tefillas throughout the year. Well, Chacham agreed with Rabbi Gamliel when it comes to Rosh HaShanna Yom Kippur, as the Gemara soon will explain why. In this case, they say, yeah, even a Shliach Tzibur can do it for everybody. So that was the first Rabbi Yochanan. Chacham Amoida, Rosh HaShanna Yom Kippur. Chacham called it Pligi. Rabbi Yochanan says that there is a machlekes. We follow Rabbi Gamliel, but there is a machlekes that wasn't with respect to Rosh HaShanna Yom Kippur. Over there, there's no longer machlekes. What then? Bebrachos techal Shana, regarding brachos and tefillos of throughout the year, all around the year, there is still a machlekes. Can a baki be yotzet Rosh Tzibur or not? And over there, Rabbi Yochanan says, you know what? Hilchas Rabbi Gamliel, that he could be yotzet, but there is a machlekes. So now everything makes sense. Originally, there was a machlekes between Rabbi Gamliel and the Chachamim regarding Rosh Hashanah Kippur and throughout the year. Can a Shliach Tzibur be moitzi or not? Comes Rabbi Yochanan, he says a chiddush. Rosh Hashanah Kippur, we have moedim. They agree to Rabbi Gamliel. The Gemara will tell us it's complicated, it's long. Anybody can be yotzei through a Shliach Tzibur. Regarding Kol HaShana Kula, we still have a standing machlekes. And over there, Rabbi Yochanan says, Hilchas Rabbi Gamliel. Continues the Gemara. Eini, is that so? That Rabbi Yochanan maintains that all agree on Rosh Hashanah you can be yotzei. Va'amar Reb Chana Tzipora. This is the same Reb Chana from Tzipori that we just began to quote. Amar Rabbi Yochanan, halacha Rabbi Gamliel. It doesn't stop there. Bebrachos shel Rosh Hashanah v'shel Yom Kippurim. That was a full statement of Chana Tzipora. Rabbi Yehuda paskins like Rabbi Gamliel when it comes to Rosh HaShanna Yom Kippur. What does that tell us about the state of the machlokes? Of course, there's a machlokes even then. Otherwise, why would he have to paskin like Rabbi Gamliel? So his teretz falls away. We have Rabbi Yehuda himself telling us that even on Rosh Hashanah we have machlokes. How does this fit with the first Rabbi Yehuda? That Meidim Chacham and Rabbi Gamliel. Ella Amar Rachmar Yitzchak. You know what? There are three shittas. Three shittas in this shaila. We have Rabbi Gamliel all throughout the year. Shliach Tzibur can be mitzi. We have the Chachamim. It never can be mitzi. You have to daven on your own. We have a third shita, Rabbi Meir, who says make that distinction between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, where we allow the Shliach Tzibur to be mitzi, as opposed to the rest of the year. You have to do it on your own. Man Moedim. When Rabbi Yehuda told us Chacham Amoidir Rabbi Gamliel, who was it? It wasn't the whole group of Chacham. It was one specific Chacham, Rabbi Meir. He, on his own, agrees to Rabbi Gamliel. On Rosh Hashanah, we'll give you a break. It could be Yetzer through Shliach Tzibur. And then when we have the other quote, in the name of Rabbi Yehuda, then we follow Rabbi Gamliel because there is a machlekes. A machlekes even on Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur. That's the rest of the Rabbanan who don't differentiate. You have to daven on your own. You can't be Yetzer through Shliach Tzibur. This Sanya. Where do we find this machlekes? Where do we find the third sheet of Rabbi Meir? Brachos. Shel Rosh Hashanah v'Shel Kippurim. Shliach Tzibur moitzi Rabbi Dechavasan. Even Rabbi Meir. It's pretty clear. According to Rabbi Meir, we make an exception for Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur. Shliach Tzibur can moitzi everybody. So it's Dafka Yom Kippur. Dafka Rosh Hashanah. And this is the third shita. Shita has Rabbi Meir. They disagree. Just as the Shatz does the brachos, likewise every individual has to do his own Shemoneh Esrei, even on Rosh Hashanah. Okay, so we have three shittas. According to Rabbi Gamliel, all throughout the year, Shliach Tzibur can be mitzi. We don't differentiate between brachos and tefillos. Shliach Tzibur can be mitzi anybody who wishes to be mitzi. Chacham disagree. Tefillah is rachmi, it's personal. You have to do it on your own, whether it's Yom Kippur or all throughout the year. Rabbi Meir makes that distinction. Throughout the year, do it on your own. But Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, we'll give you a discount. You can listen to the Shliach Tzibur. So this provides the answer, the solution to the apparent contradiction in Rabbi Yehuda, who on the one hand says there's an ongoing machlekes, and we follow Rabbi Gamliel, but there's an ongoing machlekes. That's the Chacham who disagree with Rabbi Gamliel vehemently all throughout the year. Whereas Rabbi Meir, he is moeded to Rabbi Gamliel on Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, and that's the first Rabbi Yehuda. Moedim Chacham Rabbi Gamliel. That's Rabbi Meir speaking on Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur. You can listen to Shliach Tzibur. Why Dafka Rosh Hashanah? Why do we make exception? Why these brachas different? Is it perhaps because it's filled with many psukim, which people are perhaps unfamiliar with? So we allow you to listen to Shliach Tzibur? That's not really a true consideration. Va'amar Chanan, Amar Rav. You should say the entire nusach, but it's not mi'akev. Kivin she'amar b'tzarasa kasav leimar. Once you say that, you start speaking about Malchus and say, in fact, we find in the Torah an expression of Malchus. In fact, we find it in the Nevi'im, the Ksubim, without going through all the psukim. That's okay, Shuvah Nitzarach, but ever that works. So a person who's stuck has an easy way out. Resort to that rather than resorting to listening to Shliach Tzibur and not doing your own tefillah. Why would we allow you to listen to the shots if you can do an abridged version of Shemoneh Esrei and do just fine? The answer is because there are so many brachos. You have 9 brachos, Malchus, Achronis, and Shofars, and they're long and complicated. Skip the psukim, fine, that you can do without, but the nusach, tefillah, and the brachos, it's too much and perhaps too complicated for your typical person who doesn't have a siddur, and those that didn't have machzor. Not everybody's a baki, and therefore we allow the Shliach Tzibur to be mitzu because of that circumstance. Gufa, let's go back to the halacha that we just mentioned. Amar Rav Chanan, Amar Rav. Kivin she'amar ubeterasal kasav leimar. Once you say ubeterasal kasav leimar, and there are actually a couple of pshatim. Rashi brings 2 pshatim. Either we're speaking about the kabbanis of Musaf, so without expressing all the kabbanis, just ubeterasal kasav leimar, or According to some version, it's referring to the Malchus, Zerchonis, and Shofars. So as long as he says that short introduction, Shuvan Tzarech, he's already Yotzi. Some may know that Bnei Yeshiva figured, Hani Mila B'Yachad, perhaps this only applies to an individual. Aval B'Tzibur Loi, but during that communal Shemana Esrei Shtech Tzibur, he has to do it properly, the way the Chacham will masakan with all the brachas and the psukim in great length. Itmar, but we learned, Amar B'Shimon Levi, no, Echad Yachad V'Echad Tzibur, Kivan She'amar B'Terasel Kasav Leimo Shuvan Tzarech, whether it's a Yachad or a Tzibur, B'Diavad, if you skip through it and just give that abbreviated reference to psukim, that is sufficient. Amar B'Lazar, Lo'elam Yazdir Adam Tfilasai V'Achach Yispal. A person should train himself to familiarize himself with the psukim, with the tefillas. Practice, rehearse in advance of your tefillah to become familiar, which will ensure a smooth and proper tefillah. Amar ba'aba mistavra milsei to Rabbi Lezer bebrachis shel Rosh HaShanna v'shel Yom Kippurim v'shel Prakim. It's probable that this halacha applies specifically to Rosh HaShanna, Yom Kippur, or Prakim, meaning tefillahs which are recited from time to time. Rashi says, "My adayis yom tovim." Tefillahs which people aren't necessarily familiar with. Avad kol hashana loy, but your typical shachar mincha ma'ariv. There's no need to rehearse, to practice. We assume you're pretty smooth when it comes to those tefillahs. And actually, bisman hazeh, the Mefarshim bring, we have Sidurim, and we read from the Machzorim, so there's no real point in preparing in advance. As long as you read inside, you know you're going to say the brachas and the tefillahs properly. Says the Gemara, is that so that the concern only applies to occasional tefillahs, not your set standard tefillahs? Eini. Rabbi Yehuda Mesadet Sloisei Masli. We find Rabbi Yehuda would prepare all his tefillahs in advance and then daven. Why was it needed? Why would he have to rehearse your typical shachris? Shani Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda is different. He wouldn't daven every day. Given the mitlas and yaimin. Since he would only daven once in 30 days, Rashi says, every 30 days he would go over all his learning. A complete chazaras hashas in 30 days, and at the end of which he would get up to daven. Otherwise, he was considered oisek mitzvah. He wouldn't daven while he was busy chazering. So in this case, kiprakim dami, even the standard shachris was considered like an occasional tefillah for him, which required preparation and rehearsal. Let's go back to Rambam Gamliel, who maintains that a shliach tzibur can be moitzi anybody who wishes to be yotzi from him, whether Rosh HaShanna, Yom Kippur, or throughout the year. Says the Gemara, Poiter hoye Rambam Gamliel afilu am shebesodes. You meant to know, even somebody living out in the villages can be yotzi from the shliach tzibur, despite the fact that he didn't actually hear the tefillah. It's the power of the shliach tzibur and of the tzibur that can include everybody. Remote control, we might see him from far away. And of course, needless to say, those that are standing here and listening to this tefillah, of course they can be yotzi. Right? So even the ones out in the fields who aren't paying attention to his tefillah, they get credited for that tefillah. Adarabah, just the opposite. You're telling me the ones in the fields are worse off than the ones here? Just the opposite. Hani Anisi, the ones in the fields are there by circumstance. They live out there. Perhaps it's out of the tchum. They can't show up, or it's just it's not practical for them to move over here. They have an oinus playing in their favor. Of course, they can be yotzi. Hani lo yanisi, as opposed to people living in town. Why don't you come to shul, listen to the shliach tzibur? You don't have an excuse for it. So if anything, the ones out in the fields have more reason to be yotzi. Opposite of the way you presented it. You said that. And even the ones in the fields can be yotzi. Certainly the ones that are here. Just the opposite. The ones that are in town and not coming to shul, if anything, they're less connected to the tefillah. As we find, the Tani Abba Breid Rabbinyam, Barachia, regarding Birchas Kohanim, we say, Am Sha'achere Kihanim. If you're in shul and standing behind the kohen, not face to face, Eina Mechlal Bracha, you don't get included in the bracha. It looks like you're rejecting the bracha. You're not interested in the bracha. You meant to stand Panim, can I get Panim? So if you're here and not paying attention, you're worse off than the one in the field who's there by circumstance. If anything, the one out there is more likely to be yotzi than the one here who's not listening. Elokiyasa Ravin, when Ravin came, he presented the halacha differently. Just the opposite. Lepata Ram Gamliel ala Am shebesadis. If anything, Ram Gamliel exempted the people out in the fields and the villages who have no option of coming here. So they're included in the tefillah of Shliach Tzibur. My time. Mishum Danisi Malacha, they have Malacha they're busy with. Whether throughout the year they're busy with their business, or Shanim Kippur, they have to live out there because of business. So out of circumstance, they're living out there, and the Shliach Tzibur might see them even though they're not listening to the tefillah. Aval Be'ir Loib, if you live in town, you're not Yaitse. Taisus explains, come to shul and listen. If you choose not to attend the shul, then you're rejecting the tefillah. You have no business being included in the tefillah, and in fact, you're not going to be Yaitse with the Shliach Tzibur's tefillah unless you're there and you're listening. Okay, so in conclusion, we have a sugya regarding a Shliach Tzibur can be Maitzi, even a Baki. The Gemara concluded, fellows out in the field, or in the Beis HaKnesses, but listening in to the tefillah. We have three shittas. Rabbi Gamliel maintains, tefillah is like any other bracha, you can be Yaitse. According to Reb Meir, Dafka, Shanim Kippur, because of the complicated and long brachas, according to Chachamim, we never allow a Baki to be Yaitse with a Shliach Tzibur. Tefillah is personal, and every individual has his way, his expression, his method of bonding with Hashem, and you're meant to do it on your own. We learned the halacha that a person should take the unfamiliar tefillahs and rehearse them in advance to ensure a smooth and successful tefillah. Hadron Lach Yom Tov, Uslikala, Maseches Rosh HaShanna, and Mazel Tov, maybe we zeicha to learn many more Masechtas, with Simcha, with Tuv Levov, with Gesund, Nachas, Amen, Ken Yiratzah.
I know you know sis the zoy sato yiro ki hilo nu was the yiro oh you know you know sis the zoy sato yiro ki hilo nu was the yiro I know you know sis the zoy sato yiro ki hilo nu was the yiro oh you know sis the zoy sato yiro ki hilo nu was the yiro No,